Now at 6, Pitt State honors America's veterans with its annual Veterans Day ceremony. Plus, theater students at St. Mary's Colgan Catholic School also paid their respects on this Veterans Day. And volunteers decorate veterans' headstones at the Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A grateful community paid its respects to our nation's veterans today. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. Students, staff, and the community members attended the annual Veterans Day ceremony at the PSU Veterans Memorial. The event featured keynote speaker Major Callie Wheeler Beecraft, who had commissioned from ROTC at Pittsburgh State as a distinguished military graduate in 2012. Local 6th graders from Pittsburgh Community Middle School and St. Mary's Colgan attended the event as a civics lesson.
This particular ceremony on Veterans Day is to honor service and to delineate service and what that might mean to the younger generations. So we invite the local 6th graders, both from Pittsburgh Community Middle Schools and St. Mary's Elementary, to provide our music as well as to learn lessons of service.
In addition to the keynote address, Pitt State President Dan Shipp and Vice President Kathleen Flannery offered their remarks. Veterans for whom pavers have been installed were recognized, and St. Mary's Colgan Choir also performed. Well, more students from St. Mary's Colgan Catholic School commemorated the day. The theater students, under the direction of Mrs. Lola Wade, performed a tribute to United States veterans. All local veterans were invited to attend the event. Following the program, students in the Family and Consumer Sciences class presented a quilt of valor to SMC alumni and active duty pilot CJ Russell, class of 2013. The Peoria Tribe of Indians of Oklahoma held their 4th annual Veterans Gourd Dance today. The event took place at the Ottawa Peoria Cultural Center. Family, friends, and community members from diverse backgrounds came together through music, dance, and shared respect for current and past veterans. And dancers wore colorful gowns representing various tribes. The event also underscored the service and sacrifice of American Indians.
We were citizens of the United States. We fought in the First World War, Second and Third, Korea, and all branches of the service. So American Indians, by and large, are one of the most patriotic people in this United States.
We'll have more on this event coming up tonight on KOAM News at 10. In Webb City, Missouri also honored area veterans today at Memorial Park. The community turned out to show their appreciation for the service of local veterans.
The importance of Veterans Day alive in our communities. And because if it wasn't for our veterans, we wouldn't be here today. And I just don't want our community and our citizens to lose sight of that.
The public event was followed by a chili lunch at the Webb City Elks Lodge. Volunteers made their way to the Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin to commemorate the occasion. The event, arranged by the American Legion Post 13 and the Joplin High School and JROTC Color Guard, conducted a presentation of the American flag as well as decorated the graves of the veterans buried at the cemetery. Veterans from the Civil War, Spanish-American War, World Wars I and II, and Korea were honored at the event.
From our perspective, we do military honors at funerals. We've done 65 funerals so far this year. And it's something that we believe every veteran deserves to be recognized for his service, whether he was in combat or not.
People can pay their respects at the Peace Church Cemetery any day from dawn to dusk. The gravestone decorations will remain in the cemetery for several days. Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Temperatures are quickly dropping down now into the low 60s, upper 50s across the area. We do have a northerly breeze, so it's going to cool us down tonight. Temperatures dropping down to the 40s. We also have clouds starting to push in. Now, these are really high upper level clouds, so we're getting a lot of ice in these clouds, meaning you're still going to be able to see a lot of sunshine through the clouds regardless of the overcast or not. Now, temperatures tomorrow are going to be a little bit cooler. We got up to mid 60s yesterday, upper 60s today because we have that northerly breeze. Tomorrow we're getting up to the mid 60s to upper 60s, so slight cooler. Partly cloudy skies as those clouds do start to increase as we head into the evening on Tuesday, just ahead of the rain chances that we are going to see moving in early Wednesday morning. And we could get a few isolated showers ahead of that, but really most of these showers are holding off until early Wednesday morning, and then by midday starting to clear out. But I'll have those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. The Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton County will provide free Thanksgiving meals to those in need on Thanksgiving Day. They will begin serving meals at noon until 1 p.m. And their goal is to tackle food insecurity in the community and provide a space where community members can eat together. Anyone can walk in on Thanksgiving Day without a reservation and receive a meal.
Things when you would go to the food store and spend a couple years ago maybe $100, you are now spending $200, maybe $250 of what that same grocery cart used to be.
Salvation Army is in need of volunteers to help distribute meals on Thanksgiving Day. Brock Baldridge has this week's Performance of the Week, and that's coming up later in sports. But first,
this Veterans Day, a lifelong McDonald County resident details his service during World War II. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Less than 1% of the 16.4 million Americans who served during World War II are still with us today to share their stories. 97-year-old Chester Hobbs of Anderson, Missouri is one of them. KOAM's Samantha Walker had the honor to sit down with the veteran to learn more about his years of service.
You feel like there's something wrong somewhere, but you didn't know where.
At 97 years old, Chester Hobbs is a proud, lifelong resident of McDonald County. But in 1945, at 18 years old, he, like many of his generation, answered the call to join the fight in World War II.
They all needed help around. They were taking all the old men with babies and families. And I thought a young man should get in there and help.
For 3 years, he served in the army in Italy, eventually becoming a corporal. During this time, he was part of Patton's Fifth Army and worked as a medic, military police, and a tank driver.
They were needing tank drivers, so they selected me because I had drove a Caterpillar. So they gave me my license and away I went.
For his service, Corporal Hobbs received several honors, including a Presidential Unit Citation and an Army of Occupation Medal. He says a highlight from his time of service was getting the opportunity to meet future President General Dwight D. Eisenhower and represent McDonald County.
Asked where I was from, and I told him. He said, that's down in the country where I live. It's close to Camp Crowder. So he was really familiar with the place, with this part of the country.
While Corporal Hobbs returned from Italy at the end of the war, he says he felt like he couldn't quite celebrate, as his brother was still fighting in the Pacific.
They were still doing pretty good fighting over there.
When his brother was able to return, then his family felt as though they could celebrate a victory.
Before, everyone was nervous and excited about, and they should have been, because it was getting pretty close to the United States.
And he says no matter where he's traveled, McDonald County will always be his favorite place.
I love it here. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Following the war, Corporal Hobbs says he had a series of jobs related to agriculture, and he even continued his life of service by working as Chief Deputy for the McDonald County Sheriff's Department. Looking back on World War II, he has chosen not to remember many of his experiences from that time, but he says one thing he does remember is how united the country truly was.
They really got together back in the 40s. More so than I've ever seen the country get together.
And he believes we can unite like that again.
I hope so. I just dearly hope so.
Reporting in Anderson, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Earlier this year, Corporal Hobbs received a resolution from the Missouri House of Representatives in honor of his service. State Representative Dirk Deaton presented it to him at his home, and he received it while surrounded by dozens of his family members. A little later, the Lions look to finish football season strong with one game left. Brock has that story and more coming up.
And we're tracking midweek rain later on. We'll talk about that coming up. Well, happy Veterans Day. It was a fantastic day to do any outdoor festivities. Now taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Winds are about 5-10 miles per hour out of the north. So we've got a little bit of a cooler breeze tonight and into tomorrow. We also have these upper level clouds that are going to be continuing to push in. You can see this is our ridge. It's kind of cool. You don't always get to see those upper level clouds kind of following that upper level flow. But as we head into Tuesday, those clouds are going to thicken, but they are still ice clouds, so we do get a lot of sunlight through the clouds. Tonight, temperatures dropping down to mid-40s. Clouds do start to increase, and then winds are going to start to shift out of the east. Now, we also start the morning off with a little bit of fog. Carl Junction, 5 miles visibility. Oswego, Parsons, about the same 5-mile visibility. So it's not too bad to start off our Tuesday. It does clear out really quickly as well, and then winds do start to pick up. So after one thing, it's just another thing. We've got winds after they shift out of the east. Winds gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. This is pretty early on Tuesday, about 9 a.m. and then die down, but they pick right back up as we head into the later evening hours around 7:30, 8 p.m., 20, 25 miles per hour, and then strengthening as we head into the evening and overnight hours. By Wednesday morning, 6 a.m., this is when we're going to start to see a few showers pushing into our western counties, and this winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Though that front does pass, winds die down along the boundary, and then Thursday and Friday are going to look fantastic. But we're going to talk about these rain chances that are coming up. So as we head into Tuesday morning, temperatures are already getting up to the 60s by noon. Those clouds do start to increase. And again, upper level clouds, so we still get to see a lot of sunshine through the clouds. And then as we're heading into Wednesday mornings, where we're going to start to see that line of showers and possible thunderstorms moving in, though no severe threat is expected. When it first moves in, that's a warm front, so we still have winds out of the south right behind it. However, a cold front catches up with it very quickly, and then we have this occluded front. When we get an occluded front, it typically will stall out there, so we get a little bit more rain chances right through our central and northern, northeastern counties. It'll be all the way from Nevada, Joplin, and maybe even to Miami. So this is where our heavier amounts of rain is going to be, though still not expecting a lot of rainfall accumulation. We're going to talk about that coming up. And then by midday, showers do push off, though you can see we've got a few more showers kind of trailing behind. So we're going to see isolated shower chances all the way until early evening or late afternoon. Now, the accumulation is not a ton, like I said. When it first moves in, we're only getting 1/10 of an inch all the way to maybe 1/4 of an inch. But by the time it hits our central counties, this is where it's going to really stall out, is about 1/2 inch and maybe still pushing up to maybe an inch of rainfall, so still not a lot. This isn't our only rainfall day on the forecast. We do move into the weekend, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday. Well, we're going to see plenty of scattered shower chances. We've got a really messy upper level pattern as we head into the weekend and next week that is bringing us all of those rain chances.
Well, we need those rain chances. I mean, it seemed like we got a lot of rain, last week, but it wasn't enough.
It did help a lot, but I mean, especially since we're staying cooler, that's helping not increase our drought, but we definitely need as much rain as we can get.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, still ahead, Missouri Southern men's basketball plays an exhibition game against Missouri State. And our final performance of the week winner, Brock Baldridge, has those stories and more up next.
Missouri Southern football is coming off its first conference win of the season. The Lions still have one more game remaining on their schedule. Southern aims to finish the year strong as they travel to Warrensburg this weekend. Now, last Saturday, Missouri Southern Lions beat the Nebraska Kearney Lopers 24-13. The Lions defense was able to force 2 turnovers in that game. That also included a 79-yard punt return for a touchdown by Aiden Robinson-Wayne. Head coach Atiba Bradley spoke to the media during the team's final weekly press conference of the season.
Obviously, it's good to get a W. There was a range of emotions. I kind of joked with my team. We went from the emotions of senior day to a proposal to a scuffle to a big win. And so everything from happy, sad, mad, it was incredible.
I feel like we came more together as a team, really. Offense and defense feeding off each other's energy, not bringing each other down, just keeping each other up, staying positive, like not giving up on the season. A lot of people would have gave up in moments like this, but I feel like, you know, with having the coaches that we have and us being the team that we are, we stayed together.
Well, Missouri Southern men's basketball just wrapped up their season opening weekend against a couple of opponents in Arkansas. Tonight, Missouri Southern travels east on I-44 for an exhibition game against Missouri State. Now, win or lose, this game will not count for the Lions or the Bears. However, both teams will gain some experience and competition. Tip-off from Springfield is scheduled for 7 p.m. You can watch the highlights later because we'll have them right here tonight at 10. From college to the pros, the Oklahoma City Thunder are playing in a back-to-back game tonight. The Thunder lost coming off against the Golden State Warriors from last night's game. So tonight, OKC plays the LA Clippers. We'll have a score update from that one right here tonight at 10. Well, last Friday night was our final press box show over on Fox 14. We've covered so many great games, coaches, and players from all over the 4 states, but we still have one more performance of the week winner. Our performance of the week goes to the Seneca Indians. Seneca beat the Aurora Hound Dogs 41-6. The Indians advanced to the Class 3 District 6 championship game. Now, Seneca has won a district title in 3 years in a row, so they will go for their 4th straight district championship as they will face the Forsyth Panthers on their home field this Friday. Kickoff for that one is scheduled for 7 p.m. So I know Seneca, we interview a lot of the players and coaches before the season, and boy, when I interviewed Seneca, they had that look in their eye that, you know, we're going to get back to that state championship and we're going to try to win this thing. So I'm really excited to see if they can have another deep postseason run.
I'm glad you were able to see that in their eye, too. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks, Brock. That's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14, how veterans are powering the oil industry. Plus, we take you to a tribal dance honoring Native American veterans. And Joplin City Council discusses plans for a Veterans Memorial Park. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free, the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. All right, final check of the forecast.
Well, today, tomorrow, it's going to look pretty good tonight, a little cooler. Tomorrow, we're warming up. We do have rain chances on Wednesday, though, most of the day, scattered showers, and then temperatures drop a little bit before warming back up for the weekend.
All right, and a final sports note.
Yeah, the Super Regional rankings came out today for the Division II football standings. So for Pitt State football, they had a bye week. Nothing really changes for the Gorillas. They still have to win this week to get in. So if the season ended today, the Pitt State football team would still be in a pretty good spot.
There you go. All right, well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.